Oh, hi everyone, it's Lasha. Um, I don't have an opening sequence like the Johnny Carson show or other YouTubers right now. I haven't quite figured it out. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lasha Royenko. That is the name of the YouTube channel. I'll go into details about that after. Usually, I read the Testaments on Thursdays. It's Testament Thursdays, and I'm reading Margaret Atwood's The Testaments for Handmaid's Tale fans. If you've come across this channel and you want to know more about me and why I started it, please, if you want to, roam if you want to, roam around the world. Roam if you want to. Big as a whale when it's about to set sail. I love that song. Everybody's moving. Okay, if you want to find out why I started this channel, go to Lasha Rajenko at Lasha Rajenko 6907. So it's my name, Lasha Rajenko, but then you have to put at Lasha Rajenko 6907 and go to the video with where I'm wearing the white house coat, and it's 2 in the morning, and I think it's March the 23rd of 2023, and I couldn't sleep. And then the other videos on that live, I just didn't have a clue what I was going to do to make something positive out of this negative situation that I had just really a very unique experience. And I am not a victim, okay? Meghan and Harry, I just can't even believe it anymore. So, anyways, what matters right now in this moment is I was thinking about Testament Thursdays. Oh, and sorry, I usually use a mic. I usually use a mic when I read, just because I don't have to talk as loud, and I think the sound quality would be better. So I'm going to take off my sunglasses, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm going to read this book, how I came across it, and why I'm deciding to read it now. So basically, my intention, if you want to break it down, which everybody does. So I'm reading Primo Levi, Survival in Auschwitz, including a new afterworld, Primo Levi and Philip Roth, A Conversation, one of the most important and gifted writers of our time. And this book, I actually didn't do any research on this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this backwards. I'm going to start reading the chapters. I'll read as much as I can tonight. And then tomorrow, as a follow-up video, I will do a basic video or a presentation on this gentleman's history, how he got started, how I found out about the book. But the reason I'm thinking about it now is because my channel is about learning to come over trauma and to survive. And everything is just so strange right now. And I was thinking about my Baba, and she's going to be 98 years old on June the 22nd of this year. And she is my hero. And I was thinking about her and how they fled World War II and what could have possibly happened. And I remember watching so many different documentaries and movies about this genocide in history. For what? For what? I could go into an infinite rabbit hole, the deepest dive you could take into that, but we would be here for hours. In other words, I just want to pay tribute to those that survived and also how strong people were when they came to America. And think about all the families they started, and every person that I've ever met that has gone through that have been amazing people. And I'm going to be 52, so yeah, I did a lot of home care when I was young. Anyways, I need to get a glass of water, turn on a light, and I'm just going to start reading this book. If you don't want to watch the introduction, I should probably say at the beginning, just skip it and I'll just start to read it. Just one moment, please. I'm not trying to be rude. You know what I do? Because I'm on an austerity program right now to save as much money as possible. And people always joke about that and they say it's because I'm like Ukrainian and, you know. And so I dilute my, or dilute, whatever. No, not whatever. To be honest with you, I think it's diluted. I think it's when you dilute something. So orange juice and water, because I love orange juice, and I could drink 3 of these a day for real. So I would never get scurvy. Anyways, back to the point at hand. And if you do decide to join this channel, um, that's just my personality. I'm not putting on airs. I'm not being anybody but me the whole time. There, that's better. Now everybody can see. All right. Okay. Look, I just groomed. I wonder what the behavioral panel would say about me if they were to analyze my body language. Sorry, that was rude. Anyway, okay. So seriously, survival in Auschwitz. 1. The journey. I was captured by the fascist militia on 13th December 1943. I was 24, with little wisdom, no experience, and tenacity, encouraged by the life of the segregation forced on me for the previous 4 years by the racial laws, to live in an unrealistic world of my own, a world inhabited by civilized phantoms, by sincere male and bloodless female friendships. I cultivated a modern and abstract sense of rebellion. Um, it had been by no means easy to flee into the mountains to help set up what both, in my opinion and in that of friends, little more experienced than myself, should have become a partition band affiliated with the resistance movement, justice and liberty. contacts, arms, money, and the experience needed to acquire them were all missing. We lacked capable men, and instead we were swamped by a bunch of outcasts in good or bad faith who came from the plain in search of non existent military or political organization of arms, or merely of protection, a hiding place, a fire, a pair of shoes. At that time, I had not yet been taught the doctrine. I was later to learn to hurry in the lager. The man is bound to pursue his own ends by all possible means, while he who errs but once pays dearly, so that I can only consider the following sequence of events justified. Three fascist militia companies which had set out in the night to surprise a much more powerful and dangerous band than ours broke into our refuge one spectral snowy dawn and took me down to the valley as a suspect person. During the interrogation that followed, I preferred to admit that my status of Italian citizen of Jewish race. I felt that otherwise I would be unable to justify my presence in places too seduced, even for an evacuee, while I believed, wrongly as was subsequently seen, that the admission of my political activity would have meant torture and a certain death. As a Jew, I was sent to, I don't know how to pronounce this, it's Fossoli, near Modena, where a vast detention camp, originally meant for English and American prisoners of war, collected all the numerous categories of people not approved of by the new-born fascist republic. Huh. I'm going to leave it right there because, to be honest with you, I'd like to read these pages first before I read them out loud and maybe read it myself a little bit and debrief it. Let me know what you prefer. I love audiobooks. So sometimes when I fall asleep and I listen to an audiobook, it really helps me sleep. So some people love audiobooks. If you would prefer a breakdown of every chapter, I can do that work in advance. So again, I'm so glad that people joined, and I don't look at analytics, and I don't even really know who joins, but I think my comments, there's just no comments, and I know it's a super duper small channel, but I'd really like some feedback on that. Now tomorrow is Friday, and Lincoln is coming over tomorrow. And he has a contest at school for lip syncing. So tomorrow, Lincoln and I are going to live stream him practicing his song for school. And I really believe that he could win. And I'm just so proud of him. So if you would like to join in with that, let me know. Anyways, I'm very, very tired, but I was thinking about my Baba and how, my Baba and Dido came to, yeah. My family's private. So at any rate, I'll finish the book. Thank you for joining and have a really good night. Happy June the 1st, okay? Good night, everybody. I'm very, very tired.